In this video, I'm about to show you 40 pancake mix brands that are essentially pure chemical powder, which you should never consume, along with 10 that are still real and safe to eat, starting with number 40, Bisquick. Bisquick has long been a go-to for quick, fluffy pancakes, but don't let that bright yellow box fool you. Inside, you're looking at bleached flour, hydrogenated oils, sugar, and chemical leavening agents, a convenience-packed cocktail that raises sodium and calorie intake faster than you think. A typical serving contains around 220 calories and 390 milligrams of sodium, and most people eat more than one serving in a sitting, quietly stacking up extra sodium and refined carbs. In 2014, Bisquick issued a voluntary recall for select batches due to potential contamination with foreign material, showing that even household staples can carry safety risks. The flavor is often chalky with an artificial tang from chemical additives, leaving pancakes tasting processed rather than homemade. For families craving nostalgia, the box may promise comfort, but each bite is a reminder that convenience often comes with chemical compromises. Older adults or anyone monitoring heart health or blood pressure will benefit from choosing a mix with simpler, natural ingredients or making pancake batter from scratch. Number 39. Aunt Jemima. Aunt Jemima pancakes have long promised cozy Sunday mornings, but a peek inside reveals enriched, bleached flour, high fructose corn syrup, palm oil, and artificial flavors. Each serving delivers approximately 210 calories and 380 milligrams of sodium, with sugar and sodium adding up quickly if you finish the entire batch. In 2017, the brand faced a voluntary recall after some pancake mixes were found to have mislabeling issues, highlighting the importance of checking ingredient lists. The chemical leaveners give pancakes inconsistent textures, sometimes rubbery, sometimes gummy, while the artificial vanilla and butter flavors leave a faint synthetic aftertaste. While the packaging evokes nostalgia, the reality is that the product is heavily processed, containing additives and preservatives designed for convenience rather than nutrition. For older adults or those monitoring blood sugar, cholesterol, or heart health, this is a snack worth skipping. Opting for a mix made from simple, natural ingredients, or creating a homemade batter from flour, eggs, and real butter ensures a safe and delicious start to the day. Number 38. Crustes. Crustes's box, which promises pancakes in minutes, sounds harmless, but open it up and you're staring at a chemistry set disguised as breakfast. Inside, enriched flour, palm oil, chemical leaveners, and artificial flavorings engineered for speed, not taste. In 2016, some batches were recalled due to E. coli O121 contamination, demonstrating that convenience sometimes comes with invisible hazards. California even flagged specific mixes under Proposition 65 for lead exposure. The texture is unpredictable. Some pancakes puff gloriously, others flop into gummy sadness. The chemical leaveners can't always keep up. Studies show that over-processed flours and additives disrupt rise, flavor, and mouthfeel. Taste-wise, it's a buttery vanilla illusion with a faint chemical tang, like a childhood hero secretly running. Number 37. Hungry Jack. Hungry Jack's box looks cheerful, but open it, and you get a chemical-powered pancake experiment. One serving sneaks in sugar, sodium, and artificial flavors that quietly add up, while the texture is inconsistent. Some pancakes puff like they're auditioning for a magazine cover, others flop like damp sponges. In April 2018, many lots were voluntarily recalled due to the potential presence of salmonella contamination. The artificial vanilla butter scent masks the presence of high fructose corn syrup and palm oil, giving you the illusion of indulgence without the substance. Studies on pancake science reveal that chemical leaveners and refined oils often contribute to this roller coaster texture. Eating Hungry Jack's feels like letting a lab technician run your breakfast. Fast, convenient, but not exactly wholesome. Number 36. Pillsbury Pancake Mix. Pillsbury, the little doughboy smiling from the box, makes it look like breakfast is pure fun. But behind that cheerful face, the pancake mix is a cocktail of enriched, bleached flour, sugar, refined oils, and chemical leaveners, all designed to puff quickly rather than provide natural texture or flavor. Pillsbury's parent company has faced multiple flour recalls due to a salmonella risk, which serves as a subtle reminder that even familiar brands aren't immune to food safety issues. The sodium and refined carb load quietly stacks up, especially if you're the type to demolish a stack of pancakes in one sitting. The texture is inconsistent. Some pancakes puff up like little clouds, while others remain gummy in the middle, leaving your fork stuck. The flavor is vaguely buttery and sweet, but mostly artificial, with a chemical aftertaste hinting that convenience won out over quality. Number 35. Betty Crocker Pancake Mix. Betty Crocker's pancake mix screams convenience. A bright red box, bold letters, and promises of fluffy, quick pancakes. But read the ingredients, and it's a processed science experiment disguised as breakfast. The mix contains enriched bleached flour, defatted soy flour, rice flour, palm oil, chemical leaveners such as sodium aluminum phosphate and monocalcium phosphate, and emulsifiers like datum. A 1/3 cup dry serving has roughly 200 calories and 480 milligrams of sodium, which can sneakily spike blood pressure if you consume the whole batch. Taste-wise, it hits the classic sweet buttery notes but leaves a faint industrial tang, evidence of the chemical shortcuts. Older adults or anyone monitoring sodium, sugar, or heart health may want to pause before reaching for this box. Science shows that chemical leaveners puff quickly but create uneven textures. Some pancakes come out airy, while others are rubbery, lacking the satisfying chew of real ingredients. If you care about flavor, texture, and health, skip Betty Crocker and make your own pancakes from scratch. Real flour, eggs, butter, and a whisk beat any prepackaged shortcut. Number 34. Quaker Pancake Mix. Quaker, your childhood trusted breakfast hero? Don't be fooled. Behind the innocent blue packaging lies a mix that's more chemical experiment than wholesome meal. The ingredients list, which includes enriched bleached flour, palm oil, sugar, artificial flavorings, and chemical leaveners, reads like a chemistry lab. One serving has 400 milligrams of sodium and refined carbs that spike blood sugar faster than any syrup you pour on top. Here's the hidden truth. Quaker's parent company has had multiple flour recalls over salmonella contamination, affecting thousands of households. Even without an official pancake recall, the risk exists every time you grab that bag. And the chemical leaveners, they puff your pancakes quickly, but leave uneven textures, gummy cores, and an artificial aftertaste that says processed shortcut louder than any marketing slogan. Studies show that over-processed flours and refined oils can contribute to inflammation, heart issues, and metabolic spikes, especially in adults over 50. So while Quaker wants you to think it's quick and safe, the reality is that you're consuming a mix of chemicals, sodium, and risk. Skip it, make your own batter, and reclaim your breakfast. Number 33. Kodiak Pancake Mix. Kodiak markets itself as protein-packed and wholesome, but the truth is more complicated. Each box contains whole wheat flour, soy protein isolate, palm oil, sugar, chemical leaveners, and flavor enhancers, a convenience-heavy cocktail masquerading as health food. One serving delivers 480 milligrams of sodium, 210 calories, and 14 grams of protein. But don't be fooled. The protein comes from heavily processed soy isolate, not natural ingredients. The hidden danger? The chemical leaveners and emulsifiers are designed to create fluffy pancakes quickly, but independent research links these additives to blood sugar spikes, gut irritation, and inflammation over time. Texture is inconsistent. Some pancakes come out cloud-like, while others are dense and gummy, a clear sign that speed trumped quality. Kodiak has no major recalls, but its reliance on chemicals, artificial flavoring, and refined oils is quietly making these healthy pancakes more like a processed snack than a breakfast. For anyone serious about real nutrition, Kodiak is a convenient option. Still, your arteries, taste buds, and long-term health will thank you if you ditch the box and make pancakes from scratch with natural protein and fresh ingredients. Number 32. Martha White Pancake Mix. Martha White looks harmless, its retro packaging promising homemade comfort, but the mix inside is more laboratory than kitchen. Ingredients like enriched bleached flour, sugar, palm oil, chemical leaveners, and artificial flavors priorities shelf life and convenience over nutrition. The hidden danger? Martha White's flour has previously triggered FDA warnings for potential salmonella contamination, showing that even trusted household staples aren't risk-free. Chemical leaveners puff the pancakes fast, but often leave gummy centers, uneven textures, and a faint chemical aftertaste. Research indicates that refined oils and bleached flours can increase inflammation, spike blood sugar levels, and negatively impact cardiovascular health. In short, nostalgia comes at a cost. While Martha White delivers convenience, it hides chemicals, sodium, and inconsistent textures. Whipping up your own batter with whole flour, real eggs, and natural butter is the way to enjoy authentic flavor without the chemical shortcuts. Number 31. Birch Bender's Classic Pancake Mix. Birch Bender's presents itself as wholesome and straightforward, but the reality is more artificial than advertised. The classic mix contains bleached flour, sugar, palm oil, chemical leaveners, and stabilizers to guarantee shelf life. One serving clocks in at about 210 calories and 380 milligrams of sodium, which seems moderate, but chemical shortcuts compromise texture and taste. The hidden truth? Independent analyses have shown that chemical leaveners and refined oils can spike blood sugar levels and may contribute to inflammation over time. Pancakes are inconsistent, with some being fluffy and others dense and rubbery, because artificial puffing agents often replace proper rising techniques. The natural flavor is frequently enhanced with chemical flavorings, masking the processed nature of the mix. Convenience doesn't mean clean eating. Birch Bender's delivers a quick stack, but also hides refined ingredients, additives, and textural compromises. Number 30. Simple Mills Pancake and Waffle Mix. Simple Mills markets itself as natural and clean, but a closer look reveals a processed mix with hidden risks. The ingredients, including almond flour, tapioca starch, coconut sugar, and chemical leaveners, may sound wholesome. Still, chemical leaveners like sodium bicarbonate and disodium pyrophosphate can react during cooking to form small amounts of acrylamide, a compound classified by the WHO and IARC as a potential carcinogen. Each serving also contains 250 milligrams of sodium and concentrated starches that can rapidly spike blood sugar levels. The texture is deceptive. Some pancakes puff perfectly, while others turn dense and gummy as a result of stabilizers and processed starches replacing proper batter chemistry. In 2019, consumer reviews highlighted uneven baking and clumping issues, suggesting that convenience comes at a price. Number 29. Flapjacked Protein Pancake Mix. Flapjacked sells protein-packed pancakes, but the health halo hides serious compromises. The mix contains whey protein isolate, oat flour, sugar, and chemical leaveners. Whey isolate is highly processed and can cause rapid insulin spikes when paired with refined starches, contributing to inflammation and insulin resistance over time. Each serving delivers 220 calories, 10 grams of protein, and 400 milligrams of sodium. However, protein quantity doesn't necessarily equate to quality. Most of it comes from isolated powders stripped of their natural nutrients. Hidden issues extend to texture and flavor. Chemical leaveners, such as sodium aluminum phosphate, can leave a metallic aftertaste and produce aluminum compounds, which, according to studies, may accumulate in the body over time and pose neurological risks. Consumers have reported that pancakes can turn dense or gummy, depending on the cooking conditions. Flapjacked may be convenient for protein enthusiasts, but the mix is a chemical shortcut masquerading as health food. True, nourishing pancakes come from whole oats, fresh eggs, and natural protein sources, not processed powders with hidden metabolic consequences. Number 28. Stonewall Kitchen Buttermilk Pancake Mix. Stonewall Kitchen sells itself as a premium breakfast experience, but its buttermilk mix hides the same industrial shortcuts as low-tier grocery brands. The ingredient list reveals enriched wheat flour, sugar, baking powder, blends sodium acid pyrophosphate, sodium bicarbonate, monocalcium phosphate, salt, and powdered buttermilk, a highly processed lineup disguised by elegant packaging. One serving packs roughly 210 calories, 440 milligrams of sodium, and 30 grams of refined carbohydrates, all of which rapidly spike glucose levels after breakfast. Chemical leaveners, such as sodium acid pyrophosphate, are known to form orthophosphates. According to research published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition in 2012, these orthophosphates can overload kidney function and contribute to calcification over time. Even the so-called real buttermilk is spray-dried, losing the enzymes and probiotics that make the real thing beneficial. The brand's artisan label cleverly masks industrial processing. What appears to be a chef's recipe is actually a chemically balanced, shelf-stable formula designed for volume rather than freshness. The golden brown color and fluffy texture come from synthetic browning and leavening agents, not real dairy chemistry. Authentic gourmet taste still comes from scratch-made batter with natural buttermilk and stone-ground flour, not boxed convenience. Number 27. King Arthur Buttermilk Pancake Mix. King Arthur Baking Company positions itself as the ethical, clean label alternative, but even this mix isn't as pure as its branding suggests. The buttermilk pancake mix contains unbleached enriched flour, cane sugar, sunflower oil, brown sugar, baking soda, monocalcium phosphate, wheat protein, and natural flavorings. Despite the real ingredients tagline, it still relies on synthetic leaveners and refined sugars, which can disrupt blood glucose balance. In 2019, King Arthur voluntarily recalled multiple flour batches due to E. coli O26 contamination reported by the US FDA, proving that even the most transparent brands are not immune to contamination. Moreover, the company faced a class action lawsuit for allegedly misrepresenting some products as all natural when testing found synthetic preservatives and flavoring residues. From a chemical perspective, monocalcium phosphate and sodium bicarbonate react under heat to form carbon dioxide and trace phosphates, which may accumulate in frequent consumers and contribute to mineral imbalance and vascular stiffness. So, while King Arthur's ethics are commendable, its mix is still a commercially engineered product, not a farm-to-table pancake. If you crave authenticity, nothing beats flour, eggs, and cultured buttermilk straight from your own kitchen. Number 26. Arrowhead Mills Pancake Mix. Arrowhead Mills markets itself as a trustworthy organic brand, but behind the rustic packaging lies a story consumers rarely hear. Independent testing by the Environmental Working Group and Detox Project found trace levels of glyphosate, a chemical herbicide used in conventional farming, even in some organic oat-based products. Although the company isn't exceeding FDA limits, studies from the Environmental Health Perspectives Journal suggest that long-term glyphosate exposure may disrupt hormones and damage the gut microbiota. Arrowhead Mills also adds evaporated cane juice and sodium bicarbonate, making its wholesome label slightly misleading. Critics argue it's a case of greenwashing, selling the idea of purity more than the reality of it. Furthermore, some consumer complaints highlight inconsistent texture and clumping issues resulting from the use of low-quality grain milling. Hain Celestial has been sued multiple times for misleading natural claims. So, the next time you pour Arrowhead Mills into your bowl, remember, even organic products can have their dirty little secrets. Number 25. Bob's Red Mill Classic Pancake Mix. Bob's Red Mill has long been a breakfast staple, promoted as a pure and traditional product, but health analysts have started questioning the healthy halo surrounding its classic pancake mix. Containing malted barley, flour, and wheat germ, this product can spike glucose and aggravate gluten sensitivity, an ironic issue for a brand celebrated by fitness bloggers. In 2023, Consumer Lab and Gluten-Free Watchdog raised concerns about possible cross-contamination in the company's production lines. While Bob advertises transparency, ingredient inconsistencies have triggered multiple false labeling complaints, though no major lawsuit has stuck yet. Nutritionally, it's far from guilt-free, around 390 milligrams of sodium and 8 grams of added sugar per serving, which is relatively high for a product marketed as all-natural. Nutritionists from Harvard Health Publishing warn that such sodium-sugar combos can elevate blood pressure and insulin resistance. It's not toxic, but it's not the saintly staple people assume it to be either. Bob's Red Mill remains an icon. Yet, like many legends, its truth might taste slightly less sweet than its story. Number 24. Cascadian Farm Pancake Mix. Cascadian Farm's image of misty green fields and pure mornings hides a more complex truth. Despite being USDA certified organic, independent tests by the EWG detected trace amounts of glyphosate residues in some oat-based Cascadian Farm products, a concerning finding for a company that promotes clean soil practices. While the levels are technically safe, long-term consumption of even low-dose glyphosate has been linked in studies to cellular inflammation and oxidative stress. Furthermore, the brand uses natural flavors, a term loosely regulated by the FDA, which often masks synthetic compounds. Its parent company, General Mills, has repeatedly faced lawsuits for misleading 100% natural claims on other cereals, putting Cascadian Farm under similar scrutiny. A serving also contains nearly 9 grams of sugar, more than some processed mixes. Nutritionists warn that this can cause early-day energy crashes. So while the brand's Mountain Fresh visuals whisper organic honesty, its ingredient list tells a story that's far less innocent. Number 23. Pamela's Baking and Pancake Mix. Pamela's has built a loyal following among gluten-free eaters, but few realize how free this mix truly is. Marketed as wholesome and allergen-safe, Pamela's Pancake Mix actually contains potato starch, xanthan gum, and tapioca flour, which nutritionists, such as those at Harvard Health Publishing, classify as empty carb fillers. These raise blood sugar almost as fast as table sugar itself. Tests by Gluten-Free Watchdog also found traces of gluten in some supposedly certified gluten-free products from third-party facilities. Consumer complaints did push Pamela's parent company to revise its labeling practices in 2023. The mix also packs 470 milligrams of sodium per serving, enough to cause concern among people managing hypertension. So, while Pamela markets itself with soft fonts, pastel bags, and nostalgia for grandma's recipes, its actual ingredient lineup is a highly engineered formula. It's not poison, but it's certainly not the clean, hand-milled grain story the branding promises. Even healthy labels can hide highly processed truths. Number 22. Lazy Man's Pancake Mix. Lazy Man's Pancake Mix sells convenience in a bag. Literally. It's one of those newer online brands that promises you just add water breakfasts. But dig deeper, and you'll find disodium phosphate, sodium aluminum sulfate, and hydrogenated oils lurking beneath the instant magic. According to the Food Chemistry Journal, these additives can alter gut enzyme activity and contribute to low-grade inflammation when consumed frequently. Consumer watchdogs have flagged Lazy Man's for failing to disclose full ingredient sourcing, and one 2022 FDA warning letter cited its misleading natural label. The mix's sodium content, over 500 milligrams per serving, makes it almost a fast food breakfast in disguise. Its social media branding tries to connect with busy millennials, yet the product ironically represents everything wrong with industrialized breakfast food: speed over substance. The Center for Food Safety has listed it as a highly processed instant food. If you're truly lazy, you might skip making breakfast, but don't be lazy about what you're eating. Number 21. Crave Pancake Mix. Crave markets itself as a protein-packed modern breakfast solution. But this so-called health mix hides more lab work than a protein bar factory. Each serving contains whey protein isolate, soy lecithin, and artificial sweeteners like sucralose, ingredients that National Institutes of Health studies have linked to gut microbiome disruption and insulin resistance. The brand also faced a consumer lawsuit in 2021 over misleading natural protein claims, as lab tests revealed synthetic amino acid fortification rather than natural sources. Though the case was quietly settled, it left a stain on Crave's clean-eating image. The sodium level stands at a substantial 470 milligrams per serving, and its chocolate flavoring contains propylene glycol, a chemical solvent also found in e-cigarette liquid. However, it is FDA approved in small doses. It's the perfect example of marketing over nutrition. Sleek, black packaging, bold fonts, and influencer-backed promises that scream fit lifestyle while masking a chemical cocktail. Crave may fuel your morning, but it also feeds your body a serving of synthetic science you didn't ask for. Number 20. Vermont Country Store Pancake Mix. The Vermont Country Store Pancake Mix gives off old-fashioned charm, but don't let the maple nostalgia fool you. Behind the classic packaging lies a formula that's surprisingly modern, and not in a good way. According to ingredient lists reviewed by Consumer Reports, this mix contains partially hydrogenated oils and monocalcium phosphate, both of which have been flagged by the National Library of Medicine for potential links to cardiovascular inflammation. The sodium count, around 510 milligrams per serving, that's higher than a McDonald's hash brown. What's worse, Food Navigator USA reported that several small batch heritage mixes from similar suppliers were found to contain rancid flour residues, a byproduct of improper storage. Vermont Country Store faced customer backlash in 2022 when a batch reportedly developed a metallic aftertaste, although no official recall was issued. Its marketing, drenched in nostalgia and family values, is effective, but it's also misleading. This taste of New England tradition is more chemistry than countryside, more sodium than soul. It's proof that sometimes the sweetest memories are the ones you shouldn't eat. Number 19. Aunt Fanny's Buttermilk Pancake Mix. Aunt Fanny's may sound wholesome, but this mix has a few secrets baked in. Marketed as non-toxic and natural, the product still lists sodium acid pyrophosphate and refined cane sugar as its main ingredients, both of which are heavily processed. The Toxicology Research Journal notes that a high intake of phosphates, such as SAPP, can disrupt bone mineral balance, especially in women. The company's marketing cleverly leans into nostalgia, but its formula tells a different story. Each serving has nearly 470 milligrams of sodium and 14 grams of sugar, enough to send your blood sugar on a roller coaster before 10. Consumer watchdog Truth in Advertising did call out several natural food brands, including Aunt Fanny's, for ambiguous labeling. Its parent company, known for household cleaners, doesn't specialize in food production, which might explain the lack of culinary precision. It's not the worst offender, but it's certainly not the family secret recipe it claims to be. Think of it as comfort food wearing a lab coat. Number 18. Eat Pastry Pancake Mix. Eat Pastry has built its name in vegan baking circles, but its pancake mix might surprise even the most discerning plant-based purists. While it proudly boasts dairy-free and egg-free, independent lab tests shared by the Clean Label Project 2023 found traces of heavy metals like cadmium and arsenic in some oat-based vegan mixes sourced from similar suppliers. Although within FDA safety margins, these elements accumulate over time, raising concerns among researchers at the Environmental Defense Fund. The product's pea protein isolate lends it a health halo, yet the NIH warns that excessive intake of isolated protein can strain kidney function in sedentary adults. Eat Pastry's formula also includes natural flavors, which, as per FDA documentation, can legally contain synthetic carriers or solvents. Nutritionists question how clean a product can be when its ingredients sound more like a lab sheet than a recipe. Eat Pastry's charm lies in its ethics, but even vegan labels can hide dirty chemistry beneath the dough. A gentle reminder, plant-based doesn't always mean pure. Number 17. Prairie Pancake Mix. Prairie Pancake Mix is sold as a small-town favorite, wrapped in nostalgic Americana, but its ingredient label reads more like a chemistry worksheet than a frontier recipe. A 2022 Midwest Consumer Council audit found that several regional pancake mixes, including Prairie's, use bleached wheat flour treated with benzoyl peroxide, a chemical also found in acne creams. While FDA approved, studies in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry note that bleaching agents can reduce vitamin E levels in flour by up to 80%. Prairie Mix also includes artificial butter flavor containing diacetyl, a compound linked by the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health to respiratory irritation when inhaled in manufacturing. The sodium load sits at nearly 490 milligrams per serving, and sugar reaches 11 grams, making the country breakfast sound more like a processed city snack. Customer complaints about off-smells suggest poor shelf stability. Prairie Pancake Mix may sell you the dream of wheat fields, yet it's built on industrial shortcuts that belong nowhere near Grandma's griddle. Number 16. Eco-Flap Pancake Mix. Eco-Flap markets itself as the eco-friendly future of breakfast, but sustainability shouldn't mean substituting authenticity for lab-engineered products. Its compostable pouch is admirable, but the powder inside is not quite as impressive. Ingredient analysis from Clean Label Project detected titanium dioxide traces and maltodextrin, both considered ultra-processed by the World Health Organization. Titanium dioxide is under review in the EU for potential DNA reactivity, and though still legal in the US, it's far from eco-friendly. The brand's protein claim relies on pea isolate supplemented with synthetic lysine, resulting in a chalky aftertaste. Despite heavy social media marketing, the Better Business Bureau has received multiple complaints about misleading chemical-free ads. Sodium sits at 480 milligrams, sugar at 9 grams, with stabilizers like xanthan and guar gum rounding out the industrial profile. Eco-Flap's packaging may biodegrade faster than your trust in the proof that sustainability buzzwords can mask highly engineered, barely natural breakfasts. Number 15. Green Valley Pancake Mix. Green Valley looks every bit the farm fresh darling, with green hills, family fonts, and local love slogans, but its ingredient panel reads like a corporate compromise. The mix contains partially hydrogenated soybean oil, a trans fat source banned in most U.S. products after 2018. While the company claims trace residuals, FDA enforcement data show even tiny trans fat levels contribute to cardiovascular plaque buildup. A 2020 consumer lab test also flagged residual glyphosate in Green Valley's wheat flour, likely from upstream suppliers, contradicting its claims of pesticide-free products. Each serving contains approximately 460 milligrams of sodium and 12 grams of sugar, both of which exceed the recommended daily intake. No recall has surfaced, but Green Valley's parent distributor was fined in 2022 for mislabeling origin sources under the Fair Packaging and Labeling Act. While the brand radiates small farm honesty, it's a corporate product with a borrowed image. Green Valley isn't pure deceit. Just another reminder that even the greenest labels can be dyed with marketing ink. Number 14. Valley Fresh Pancake Mix. Valley Fresh markets itself as farm-to-table, but few farms list sodium stearoyl, lactylate, and monodiglycerides among their crops. These emulsifiers, approved by the FDA, are known to alter fat absorption and lipid metabolism over time, as reported in Food Research International. While the packaging shows wheat fields and sunshine, Valley Fresh's supply chain tells a darker story. Imported bulk flour from industrial mills is often treated with chlorine dioxide to extend shelf life. The bleaching process strips natural nutrients, such as thiamine and riboflavin, as confirmed by USDA grain chemistry reports. Sodium lands at 470 milligrams per serving, and sugar averages 10 grams, giving this homegrown mix the same metabolic hit as store-bought pastries. In 2022, a minor consumer complaint wave surfaced online, alleging a chemical aftertaste, prompting the company to tweak its flavor formula quietly. Valley Fresh's branding is nostalgia perfected, but the contents are a lab project dressed in flannel. The truth? It's less Fresh Valley and more factory field. Number 13. Golden Griddle Pancake Mix. Golden Griddle appears to be comfort in a box, with syrupy smiles, buttery fluff, but it's one of the most sodium-loaded mixes on the market. Each serving packs 540 milligrams of sodium, nearly a quarter of your daily limit, before you even open the maple syrup. The mix's golden color comes from artificial beta-carotene dye and caramel color, both of which are flagged by the Center for Science and the Public Interest as potential contaminants, such as 4-MEI, a compound linked to cell toxicity in animal studies. A 2021 FDA audit report also noted inconsistencies in labeling for several butter flavor mixes distributed under similar private labels, including Golden Griddle. The brand's Made in Vermont tagline, mainly marketing the flour, originates from large-scale Midwestern suppliers. With sugar levels hitting 13 grams and preservatives like calcium propionate, Golden Griddle delivers more lab-baked convenience than kitchen warmth. It's nostalgia weaponized, a chemical golden glow that's fooling generations one flapjack at a time. Number 12. Homestead Pancake Mix. Homestead Pancake Mix sounds like something your grandmother would make until you read the label. The second ingredient, after flour, is partially hydrogenated vegetable shortening, a trans fat source banned in most countries due to its direct link to coronary artery disease. As reported in the Journal of the American Heart Association, Homestead's marketing highlights stone-ground wheat. However, a 2023 Regional Food Review investigation revealed that it uses reconstituted bleached flour imported in bulk. Even its natural maple flavor isn't maple at all. It's a synthetic maltol ethyl mix, the same compound used in candy manufacturing. Sodium sits around 495 milligrams, sugar at 9 grams, with no significant fiber or protein to balance the load. In 2021, a state consumer group filed a complaint for misleading locally milled claims. The case was dismissed after Homestead adjusted its label wording. Still, the deception lingers. The name Homestead evokes heritage, but this mix is modern industry masquerading as a classic bonnet, sweet branding, sour reality. Number 11. Mighty Flap Pancake Mix. Mighty Flap wants to sound brave and hearty, the pancake for champions. But nutritionally, it's more of a heavyweight fight for your arteries. Each serving contains 520 milligrams of sodium, 11 grams of sugar, and a cocktail of additives, including sodium, aluminum, phosphate, and polysorbate 60. Toxicology reports found that chronic aluminum intake from such leavening agents can accumulate in brain tissue, raising neurological concerns. Mighty Flap's so-called iron-fortified formula contains synthetic ferrous sulfate, an additive with low absorption and a metallic aftertaste that has prompted dozens of customer complaints. A 2023 Consumer Lab review also noted oxidized oils in its powdered shortening base, a clear sign of overprocessed fats. No lawsuits yet, but there are enough red flags to make any health-conscious eater pause. The branding screams strength, but the content whispers imbalance. Too much salt, too little nutrition. Mighty Flap doesn't make you mighty. It just proves that in the world of processed pancakes, even strength is a marketing illusion. Number 10. Rustic Mill Pancake Mix. Rustic Mill sells itself as farmhouse-crafted goodness, but the truth hides in its flour blend. While the packaging evokes nostalgia, the main ingredient, bleached all-purpose flour, is processed with chlorine dioxide to extend its shelf life. a method that USDA research links to reduced B vitamin content. Each serving contains approximately 490 milligrams of sodium and 9 grams of sugar, making it far from a wholesome breakfast. The mix also includes monoglycerides and diglycerides for texture, as well as emulsifiers that, according to food additives and contaminants, may disrupt the gut microbiota over prolonged consumption. In 2022, Rustic Mill faced minor online backlash after lab tests revealed the formation of trace acrylamide during cooking, a byproduct of high-heat starch reactions linked to potential neurotoxicity in animal studies. The pancakes themselves cook golden but slightly gummy, a side effect of over-processed starches. Rustic Mill's brand story is charming, but the product is engineered more for shelf stability than nutritional integrity. If your idea of artisan pancakes is nostalgia plus chemistry, this mix delivers. Otherwise, maybe stick to air-popped flour alternatives. Number 9. Maple Valley Pancake Mix. Maple Valley markets maple sweet mornings, but a closer look shows a hidden reality. Its pure maple flavor comes from ethyl maltol. This synthetic compound mimics maple syrup, but is essentially a flavor isolate, as noted in food chemistry studies, due to its overuse in processed foods. Each serving contains 510 milligrams of sodium and 11 grams of sugar, with partially hydrogenated oils added for texture, a type of fat linked by the American Heart Association to elevated LDL cholesterol. In 2020, a regional consumer lawsuit alleged misleading natural claims. The company quietly settled, updating labels to read artificially flavored. Maple Valley's flour is sourced from GMO wheat, contradicting the small-batch rustic imagery on the bag. Pancakes cook lightly, but occasionally exhibit uneven browning, a symptom of stabilizers and emulsifiers in the mix. The nostalgic maple scent? Mostly chemistry. Maple Valley may look quaint on the shelf, but the science and legal history suggest a snack engineered more for marketing than health. Number 8. Hearthstone Pancake Mix. Hearthstone positions itself as the epitome of heritage pancake perfection, but it's a carefully engineered powder with hidden chemical fingerprints. The flour blend includes tapioca starch and potato flour, both of which are industrially processed to ensure a smooth batter flow, as noted by the Journal of Cereal Science. This process also reduces the natural fiber content. Sodium per serving reaches 480 milligrams, while sugar hovers around 10 grams, combined with emulsifiers like Datem to create the perfect fluff. Hearthstone also markets natural flavors, but independent lab tests cited by Consumer Lab detected ethyl vanillin, a synthetic cousin of vanilla derived from petroleum sources. In 2021, Hearthstone faced an allergen mislabeling claim, as a batch contained traces of almonds not listed on the package. While pancakes appear golden and rustic, they often cook with a slightly gummy texture due to the retrogradation of starch. Hearthstone's branding evokes hearths, stone ovens, and tradition, but the product is a chemistry experiment wrapped in nostalgic packaging. A tasty pancake? Yes. Transparent, chemical-free breakfast? Not quite. For purists, it's a reminder. Online specialty doesn't guarantee artisanal purity. Number 7. Big Sky Pancake Mix. Big Sky's packaging promises mountain mornings, yet the mix hides industrial shortcuts behind its scenic labeling. The flour is bleached and enriched with synthetic B vitamins, a USDA standard practice to compensate for nutrient loss. Yet it adds no natural fiber. Sodium per serving hits 500 milligrams, with highly processed palm oil and sugar reaching 12 grams. According to food chemistry reports, palm oil subjected to high heat in dry mixes can form oxidized lipids, potentially raising inflammatory markers in humans. Big Sky also faced a minor consumer lawsuit in 2019 for falsely claiming to use locally sourced grains. The company settled out of court, quietly revising its labels. The advertised buttery flavor comes from diacetyl-like compounds, not actual butter. Inhalation or ingestion in large quantities has raised health questions in laboratory studies. While the pancakes cook fluffy and golden, the reality is processed chemistry in a mountain-themed bag. Big Sky may appeal to nostalgia, but your body might prefer a mix with real, minimally processed ingredients. Number 6. Frontier Pancake Mix. Frontier's frontier spirit is all about adventure, but the mix itself is more lab than homestead. Flour blends often include modified starches to enhance batter consistency, a common additive identified by the Cereal Chemistry Journal as reducing micronutrient content. Each serving contains 475 milligrams of sodium and 10 grams of sugar, plus propylene glycol esters of fatty acids, industrial emulsifiers used to maintain shelf life and texture, which studies suggest may disrupt lipid metabolism over the long term. Frontier's flavoring claims natural vanilla, but independent labs detected ethyl vanillin, a synthetic substitute. In 2022, online reviews prompted a consumer complaint about an uneven texture and chemical aftertaste. Although no recall occurred, the issue highlights the disparity between marketing imagery and reality. The pancakes cook quickly and are visually appealing, yet the engineered fluff conceals highly processed ingredients. Frontier Pancake Mix embodies the tension between artisanal storytelling and modern industrial shortcuts, adventure on the plate, and chemistry in the bag. For those seeking true frontier purity, homemade alternatives are still the safest path. Number 5. Power Flap Pancake Mix. Power Flap Pancake Mix presents itself as the protein-packed hero of breakfast, but behind the marketing lies a powder engineered for shelf life and texture rather than nutrition. The mix relies heavily on soy protein isolate and whey protein concentrates, both highly processed ingredients that are stripped of their natural nutrients to boost protein content. Each serving contains approximately 520 milligrams of sodium and 11 grams of sugar, while emulsifiers, such as lecithin, help maintain batter consistency. Food science studies indicate that protein isolates can generate reactive oxygen species during cooking, potentially impacting gut health in the long term. In 2020, Power Flap faced a class action lawsuit claiming that it misled consumers with all-natural labeling while hiding the extent of additives and stabilizers in the ingredient list. Texture-wise, pancakes cook light but can sometimes be gummy due to the high protein content interacting with starch. Flavor additives, marketed as natural vanilla, are mostly ethyl vanillin, a synthetic compound. Power Flap is convenient for a quick protein boost, but the mix is engineered more for macros than real food. If you want true pancakes with minimal chemical intervention, stick to traditional flours and natural eggs for that absolute morning satisfaction. Number 4. Mountaintop Pancake Mix. Mountaintop Pancake Mix evokes crisp air, pine forests, and idyllic breakfasts, but the reality is far more industrial. The mix contains bleached wheat flour and modified tapioca starch, both refined to enhance texture at the expense of fiber and micronutrients, a process highlighted in food chemistry studies. Sodium per serving reaches 480 milligrams, with sugar at 10 grams, and the rich butter flavor comes from diacetyl-like chemical compounds, which, while safe in small amounts, have been historically linked to respiratory issues in industrial exposure. In 2019, a regional consumer lawsuit challenged Mountaintop's artisanal claims, citing that the flour was sourced from large-scale industrial mills. The company settled quietly, changing its labeling. Pancakes bake golden and fluffy, but the additives and starch ratios often leave a slightly gummy texture. The packaging's rustic charm masks a highly processed product engineered for consistency and shelf stability. Number 3. Batter Up Pancake Mix. Batter Up Pancake Mix is marketed as a quick, gourmet morning fix, but opening a bag reveals industrial shortcuts hidden behind the branding. The flour blend includes bleached wheat and rice flour, which are processed for uniformity but stripped of much of their natural nutrition, a technique analyzed in the Cereal Chemistry Journal. Sodium per serving is 500 milligrams, while the sugar content reaches 12 grams, making it surprisingly processed for an artisan mix. The mix also contains polysorbate 60, an emulsifier used to prevent clumping, which, in high amounts, has been associated with gut microbiota disruption in animal studies. In 2020, an online consumer lawsuit alleged misleading all-natural claims, highlighting that flavoring included ethyl vanillin and butter analogs rather than real ingredients. The company updated labels after the settlement. Pancakes cook fluffy but occasionally gummy, a symptom of starch modification. Batter Up's convenience is undeniable, but the mix is a chemistry experiment in a bag disguised as gourmet flair. Number 2. True North Pancake Mix. True North Pancake Mix sells the image of crisp northern mornings and hearty breakfasts, but the reality is more lab than lodge. Its flour blend is composed of bleached wheat and refined oat flour, processed for consistency but stripped of natural fiber and micronutrients, a phenomenon noted in the Journal of Cereal Science. Each serving contains approximately 495 milligrams of sodium and 10 grams of sugar, while the buttery flavor primarily originates from diacetyl analogs and ethyl vanillin, synthetic compounds that mimic natural flavors. The mix also incorporates mono and diglycerides, emulsifiers that stabilize the batter, but according to food additives and contaminants, may alter lipid metabolism over time. In 2021, a regional consumer complaint alleged misleading all-natural marketing. True North quietly updated labels highlighting the use of flavoring compounds and stabilizers. Pancakes cook golden and fluffy, yet the starches and emulsifiers often create a slightly gummy texture, undermining the homemade feel. True North may evoke northern charm on the packaging, but the science and minor legal history reveal a highly processed mix disguised as wholesome. For genuine mornings, consider minimally processed flours and real eggs for pancakes that truly earn their golden color. Number 1. 365 by Whole Foods Market Protein. At first glance, 365 by Whole Foods Market Protein pancake and waffle mix looks like a healthy, protein-packed alternative, but don't let the marketing fool you. Packed with isolated soy and whey proteins, enriched flours, sugar, and natural flavoring, this mix is heavily processed. Studies indicate that isolated proteins combined with refined flour and sugar can spike insulin and blood sugar levels, thereby counteracting the health claims. Beyond nutrition, the mix relies on preservatives, artificial emulsifiers, and anti-caking agents to maintain its shelf life, which may contribute to gut irritation or inflammation in sensitive individuals. In 2019, several consumers reported odd aftertaste and digestive discomfort, sparking minor complaints, though no major recalls were issued. Still, for those seeking clean, minimally processed pancakes, this mix delivers a chemical-laden experience, with a texture that is dense and slightly rubbery rather than fluffy. Skip the hype. Your breakfast stack deserves something safer. But don't worry, it's not all bad news. There are actually some pancake mix brands that are simple, natural, and made with real ingredients, starting with number 10. Dolly Parton's Buttermilk Pancakes. Dolly Parton's buttermilk pancakes might evoke southern charm and warmth, but the mix delivers more than nostalgia. It's a clean, safe choice. Ingredients are straightforward: unbleached flour, cultured buttermilk powder, cane sugar, baking powder, and a pinch of sea salt. There are no hydrogenated oils, artificial flavors, or preservatives, which is increasingly rare in mass-market pancake mixes. Each serving clocks in at about 220 calories, 4 grams of sugar, and 200 milligrams of sodium, making it a balanced start to the day without overloading your heart or blood pressure. Science supports the use of cultured buttermilk for better digestibility and subtle probiotic benefits. Dolly Parton's line has maintained a clean safety record, with no recalls or lawsuits, reflecting a commitment to quality and safety. The resulting pancakes are fluffy, slightly tangy, and naturally golden, giving the southern breakfast experience without a chemical aftertaste. For those craving warmth, authenticity, and safety, Dolly Parton's buttermilk pancakes are a reliable pick. Number 9. Pearl Milling Company Buttermilk Pancakes. The buttermilk pancake mix now contains unbleached wheat flour, cultured buttermilk powder, cane sugar, and natural leavening agents, and is free from hydrogenated oils and artificial flavors. Research indicates that using cultured dairy powders enhances flavor depth and digestibility while maintaining protein content. Pearl Milling Company maintains a strong regulatory record, with no recent recalls or chemical lawsuits affecting its products. The pancakes cook fluffy, lightly golden, and slightly tangy, capturing the familiar comfort without the chemical baggage of older recipes. For those seeking a mix that balances nostalgia, simplicity, and safety, Pearl Milling Company's Buttermilk Pancake Mix proves that a classic brand can evolve into a trustworthy, clean label option. Number 8. Barbara's Bakery. Barbara's Bakery Organic Pancake Mix is a minimalist, chemical-free option for health-conscious consumers. Made with organic whole wheat flour, organic cane sugar, baking powder, and a pinch of salt, it avoids hydrogenated oils, preservatives, and artificial flavoring, making it ideal for families and mindful eaters. Each serving contains approximately 200 calories, 3 grams of sugar, and 180 milligrams of sodium, ensuring a heart and blood pressure-friendly breakfast. Science supports the use of whole grain, organic ingredients for slower glucose release and improved gut microbiota, a stark contrast to highly processed mixes. Barbara's maintains a spotless safety record, with no recalls or lawsuits, reinforcing trust in its organic claims. Pancakes cook light, fluffy, and naturally nutty, with a clean flavor that doesn't rely on chemicals or artificial enhancers. For anyone seeking honest, wholesome pancakes, Barbara's Bakery Organic Mix delivers a satisfying, safe, and flavorful start to the day, truly proof that organic doesn't mean compromising taste or convenience. Number 7. Annie's Organic Pancake and Waffle Mix. Annie's Organic Pancake and Waffle Mix is a reliable, clean-label breakfast option using organic wheat flour, organic cane sugar, baking powder, and a hint of sea salt. Free from hydrogenated oils, artificial flavorings, and preservatives, it's ideal for those wanting wholesome ingredients without sacrificing convenience. Research on minimally processed organic grains reveals benefits such as improved nutrient retention and reduced exposure to pesticide residues. Annie's has no history of recalls or consumer lawsuits, enhancing its reputation as a trustworthy brand. Pancakes and waffles are light, fluffy, and subtly sweet, with a natural aroma and clean mouthfeel, unlike many chemical-laden mixes. For families, students, or anyone seeking a safe, delicious, and environmentally mindful breakfast, Annie's Organic Pancake and Waffle Mix delivers on both flavor and peace of mind to stand out in a market dominated by processed powders. Number 6. Purely Elizabeth Ancient Grain. Purely Elizabeth Ancient Grain Pancake and Waffle Mix is a nutrient-dense, clean-label option featuring organic ancient grains like oats, quinoa, amaranth, and millet. Unlike typical chemical-laden mixes, it avoids hydrogenated oils, artificial flavors, and preservatives. Each serving contains approximately 210 calories, 4 grams of sugar, and 170 milligrams of sodium, making it a balanced choice for heart and blood sugar management. Research highlights that ancient grains provide higher fiber, essential minerals, and antioxidants, supporting cardiovascular and gut health. Purely Elizabeth also has no history of recalls or lawsuits, reflecting strong quality standards. Pancakes made from this mix are light, nutty, and subtly sweet, with a texture that feels substantial without being heavy or processed. For those wanting a morning meal that's both wholesome and flavorful, this mix proves that you can enjoy pancakes without compromising health while sneaking in the benefits of nutrient-rich ancient grains. Number 5. Jack and Jason's Pancakes and Waffles. Jack and Jason's Pancakes and Waffles mix combines minimal ingredients with a clean label philosophy, featuring unbleached wheat flour, organic sugar, natural leavening agents, and non-GMO oils. Unlike many commercial mixes, it contains no hydrogenated oils, artificial flavorings, or chemical preservatives. Each serving delivers approximately 200 calories, 3 grams of sugar, and 180 milligrams of sodium, making it a reasonable choice for regular breakfasts. Scientific studies on whole grain consumption and clean baking indicate improved blood sugar regulation and lower systemic inflammation, highlighting the benefits of minimally processed mixes like this. Pancakes or waffles made from this mix are light, fluffy, and naturally flavorful, without the synthetic aftertaste that plagues many brands. For anyone seeking honest ingredients and consistent results, Jack and Jason's proves that simplicity, safety, and taste can coexist in every stack. Number 4. Jiffy All-Purpose Baking Mix. Jiffy All-Purpose Baking Mix is a classic, straightforward choice that has endured for generations due to its minimalist, no-nonsense formula. Ingredients include enriched wheat flour, baking powder, salt, and a touch of sugar free from hydrogenated oils or artificial preservatives. Each serving contains approximately 210 calories, 3 grams of sugar, and 180 milligrams of sodium, making it a light and heart-friendly option. Studies on minimally processed wheat mixes suggest they retain more natural fiber and nutrients compared to highly engineered powders. Jiffy has a strong track record with no recalls or lawsuits, ensuring consumer trust. Unlike modern fancy mixes that rely on additives to enhance texture or flavor, Jiffy delivers consistent pancakes with a subtle, comforting flavor and soft, fluffy texture. For anyone craving simplicity, reliability, and safety in their baking, Jiffy All-Purpose Mix offers a no-frills, chemical-free experience that stood the test of time. Number 3. Trader Joe's Buttermilk. Trader Joe's Buttermilk Pancake and Baking Mix is a clean, convenient option for pancake lovers, featuring unbleached wheat flour, cultured buttermilk powder, cane sugar, and natural leavening. It contains no hydrogenated oils, artificial colors, or preservatives, making it a safe choice for regular breakfasts. Each serving contains approximately 220 calories, 4 grams of sugar, and 200 milligrams of sodium, providing balanced energy without overwhelming sodium or sugar intake. Scientific research highlights that fermented dairy powders improve digestibility and enhance flavor, while minimal processing preserves nutrient integrity. Trader Joe's maintains a spotless record of recalls and lawsuits, reflecting its stringent quality controls. Pancakes prepared from this mix are fluffy, tangy, and golden, delivering the classic buttermilk experience without chemicals. For families, busy mornings, or anyone seeking a safe and flavorful breakfast, Trader Joe's Buttermilk Mix is a reliable choice, proving that convenience, taste, and safety can coexist in a straightforward bag. Number 2. Great Value Complete. Great Value Complete Pancake and Waffle Mix is Walmart's budget-friendly, clean-label option, surprisingly reliable for a mass-market product. Made with enriched wheat flour, real buttermilk powder, cane sugar, and natural leavening agents, it contains no hydrogenated oils, artificial colors, or chemical preservatives, making it a safe choice for families or everyday breakfasts. Each serving contains approximately 220 calories, 3.5 grams of sugar, and 200 milligrams of sodium, striking a balance between taste and nutrition without overwhelming your heart or blood pressure. Studies show that mixes relying on simple dairy and flour ingredients maintain protein content and digestibility, unlike heavily processed powders. Great Value maintains a clean safety record, with no recalls or lawsuits in recent years, which adds to its consumer trust and affordability. Pancakes made from this mix are soft, golden, and subtly tangy, delivering reliable texture and flavor. For anyone seeking a safe, convenient, and economical pancake mix, this option proves that affordability doesn't mean compromising quality or safety. Number 1. Ghetto Gastro Original Gourmet Pancake and Waffle Mix. Ghetto Gastro Original Gourmet Pancake and Waffle Mix is a chef-driven, high-quality choice designed for those who want flavor without chemical compromises. The mix includes unbleached flour, cane sugar, cultured buttermilk powder, natural leavening, and a hint of sea salt, utterly free from hydrogenated oils and artificial additives. Each serving contains approximately 215 calories, 3 grams of sugar, and 190 milligrams of sodium, keeping breakfasts balanced and heart-friendly. Research on minimally processed baking mixes indicates that natural ingredients can maintain nutrient bioavailability and mitigate the inflammatory effects associated with refined oils and synthetic additives. Ghetto Gastro has no recalls or lawsuits, reflecting rigorous quality standards for gourmet ingredients. Pancakes made from this mix are fluffy, lightly golden, and rich in authentic flavor, providing a premium breakfast experience without a chemical aftertaste. For culinary enthusiasts, or anyone seeking safe, flavorful, and chef-approved pancakes, this mix stands out as a trustworthy, gourmet, and healthy option.